Yeah. Yeah. Guess who came back with a large fucking fist to eat the Brooklyn blast furnace? I brought your ugly bitch with me. Your shit is sus. Ain't nobody trying to hear you talk. When Jimmy's on the mic, they take your whack shit and turn it off. It's real life, not them stories that you won't say. He made it out alive, and he's relatively unscathed. So subscribe to the podcast and share the post and tell your stupid friends to do the same. You heard it here from Coast.
We're recording.
Okay, so your hat, is that new or old?
This is new, made by Danny Boy from House of Pain.
Okay,
I have like 15 different versions.
On the very first 7-inch or very first vinyl I was ever on of my old band Slugfest.
Yes.
On the back cover, I think maybe he would know better than me if I can't remember, but I'm in the crowd, like with the microphone, jumping in the crowd. I have the same hat on.
Stick, was it black?
I think it was black with yellow lettering, but we're talking 1990, 1991. I remember when the record came out. They also had stickers.
Mm-hmm.
It might have been in Thrasher or some magazine had their stickers in it, and I went all around Buffalo and stole all the stickers out of the magazines because I wanted all the stickers. So yeah,
right. Bro. When we wrap up, I'll fucking because Danny's like my boy. I'll text Danny and ask him. He'll remember.
It was definitely black. I want to say yellow, but now I don't think it was yellow. I can't remember, but
it could have been green for the whole
that makes sense. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I don't know. The picture on the record is definitely black and white, so I don't know, but it was the same design as that.
Gotcha.
It might have been. I think the lettering was a little smaller, but it was that same exact design.
Okay, awesome. I didn't think you were going to say that. You were like, hold on. Let me know when you were going to call it.
Well, I saw the hat right away, and I wanted to say it, but I thought it would be a cool story for the podcast
for the Brooklyn Blast Furnace. Another episode with my man Scott Vogel, who I look back on because the Brooklyn Blast Furnace Instagram got hacked like 3 years ago, and I have no access to it, but I could still look at it. And I looked, April 21st, 2020 was the last time we did this, and it wasn't even on Zoom. It was on fucking Skype because Zoom wasn't even like a thing yet.
I think I was still in LA. I moved back to Buffalo October 2020. So that's crazy.
You might have, but you were sitting at a counter, and as soon as we started, you were stirring coffee. That's all I remember at the beginning. But you had just gotten over COVID. So
yeah, I was still in LA. I was fucked up.
I know. I remember you saying that. I never really go back and listen, but I do remember certain things you were talking about. But yo, man, thank you for this because I know that you're like ridiculous, busy all the time. I don't even know how you do it, bro. I don't. I see it. It's like, yeah, you're taking a break, but then like you have like this crazy tour with Obituary and Nails coming up. It's like you guys don't stop, bro. My hat goes off to you.
We're hopefully. Right now we played a festival in Florida January 5th or something.
All right.
And we have, I may be wrong, but I think we have no show. We have one festival in April, a week before the Obituary tour, but basically what I'm getting at is we only have like one or two shows in January, February, March up until that tour, which for Terror is
it's like a fucking hiatus.
Yes, but that means we're trying to write a new record. So I was just I'm going to be going back and forth to LA writing new songs, and hopefully by the time the Obituary tour starts, we're hoping to record the music, at least not the vocals, but
gotcha.
It's that time again.
What would it be? What is it? The ninth full length Terror?
Let's just say, yeah. I don't know, but let's say
Something like that. You can throw EPs and live records. It gets all fucking mishmash in there if you really want to start counting shit, you know? Before I forget, hold on. Someone was joking around that you know, and I'm going to have to read it or else I'm going to fucking butcher it. Jim Callahan.
Oh, shit. Okay.
He writes,
Upstate.
I posted on the Blast Furnace group page on Facebook, because I know you're not on Facebook, so that you were coming on. He writes, only ask him questions about Slugfest and Fadeaway, right?
Well, see?
Right?
See?
Yeah, right.
I already talked about it. I read your mind.
See? And I go, so me being an asshole, I go, what? No despair, buried alive, short-lived cinder block, or world be free questions? He goes, no, mad exclamation mark. Or at least tell him I said that and see if he laughs. Scott and I played in a one-off Gorilla Biscuits cover band with Joe and Steve from Fadeaway. Never, ever practiced, just decided to play it, and we did. It was not good. I think Joe from Hourglass has it on video. So I figured I would just throw that out at you, bro.
I think that cover set was at a basement show. There was a period in Buffalo where they were doing a lot of basement shows.
Right.
And I remembered it happened, but if you asked me who the rest of the band was, I wouldn't have been able to tell you. And I can't remember what we covered, but yeah, I think we just
Gorilla Biscuit set. I don't fucking know.
Oh, was it Gorilla? Okay, I thought it was
Gorilla Biscuit set. He says it was not good.
Well, that makes sense. I can't even sing, so there's a bum out.
Don't sell yourself short because you do harmony. You're like a little songbird on fucking World Be Free, bro.
Yeah, that was a lot of work, and back then,
yeah.
Shit, I thought we played like I think a different time. I did a bunch of covers with different people. Maybe I don't fucking know.
Talking decades at this point, bro.
But Fadeaway was actually a band I played drums in, which a lot of people don't really know that. And it's weird because I cannot play drums at all anymore. Like it's gone. And back then I wasn't even very good, but I played drums in a couple bands.
Lost Cause, I know that.
Yeah, that was really bad. That was really bad. Fadeaway was my peak of drumming, and it was still not good. No.
That's awesome.
Just enough to get by.
Yeah, nice. Another thing real quick before I forget, because she'll probably yell at me, but the last time I saw you in person was at the Brooklyn Monarch when you guys played with Bane and Stick to Your Guns and Cro-Mags and whatnot. And that was my daughter's first ever hardcore show.
Nice. That's a good one. That show was great.
Bro, I was telling her, I was like, this is a sick show. For your first show, great show. Line up, stacked, packed house. But I asked her, I was like, so who was like, who would you like the best? She's like, definitely Terra. I was like, all right, next time I'll let him know. And then I told her, I was like, yo, I'm recording with your boy. She's 15. I'm recording with your boy at 8 o'clock. She's like, tell him I said hi. I was like, all right. So passing a message from my daughter.
She was born with perfect hearing, I can say.
Yeah. It would be probably damaged because of the pain. But then she was like, I had a great time. And then she gave me a heart attack. She's like, it really would have been cooler if I was able to participate. I'm like, so this kid, like, you want to start diving during a terror set, like your first show? Give me a heart attack. You're my 15-year-old daughter. Like,
yeah, no.
So we're like on the stage and shit, so she got like the perfect good view and shit. So. Fucking crazy. Yes, I wanted to pass that along to you. Shit. So, like I said, last time we spoke at length was 5 years ago during a fucking pandemic. And, shit, man. A lot of shit's happened. You've probably toured the world fucking 6 times over since then.
I mean, I moved back to Buffalo.
Yeah.
So that means I've been here for 5 years or whatever.
Jesus. What made you do that? If you don't mind me asking.
It was just time. It was time to get out of LA. I mean, I really liked LA, and it was a great place to start the band. Like, I don't want to say I regret it, but after a while, I mean, and at first when I was there, I was way more social and outgoing. So I did a lot of cool shit, but it just, I mean, from touring so long, I've become when I get alone time, like I'm very happy with it. So Buffalo's much smaller, much calmer, much cheaper, much
cleaner.
Yeah, it is clean. Yeah,
It's
Buffalo's
gotta
not.
be. Well, in certain parts.
Yeah, Buffalo's not the most beautiful city. I mean, LA's got some really great things, but
Yeah.
I think I liked it at first. But I was there for almost 18, 19 years.
Oh,
But
okay.
after a while, it was just I didn't really love it anymore. And with Terror, we're so busy. It was like go, 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 go. And finally there was time to like really evaluate what to do. So it was just plus my family's here. Everyone that's still alive is getting older. It's just nicer to be back here.
You and me, yeah, bro. Time is crazy, bro. It's like, how sick is that? Like, Terror's been around for what, 23 years? 2 years?
Maybe three. 2020,
Like,
2002. So yeah.
yeah, which is insane.
It's crazy because all the other bands that were in before Terror lasted 2, 3 years and always like, we didn't do anything near the level of Terror, but started to get a little momentum and then just boom, it was over. Someone quit, it was just done. So
other bands pilfered at your lineup.
I never imagined, like, I mean, honestly, how many punk, there's a lot. But I mean, if you really look at hardcore bands that lasted 20 years, there's probably like 20. Like,
yeah, like maybe 20, and then much less than that. I'm gonna guess this off the top of my head. If there's 5 to 7 that actually, I guess you could say, if I want to say, like, make a living and pay their bills off of it,
and like stayed like full-time active,
right.
Like, yeah.
So it's like you guys, Agnostic Front, Sick of It All,
Madball,
Hatebreed, of course,
like, Comeback Kid.
Okay.
They're close. I don't know if they all live off the band, but I'd say Comeback Kid's a full-time.
Right.
It's a couple. Yeah, it's crazy.
That's like off the top of my head. Like, crazy. Fucking nuts, man. So you're fortunate. I don't know if it's, well, I mean, I can't even say that. I mean, you guys are a great band, and I'm not just saying that because you're on the show, but it's true. I don't know, maybe because it's honest and it's true, and it's like you're not faking the funk.
We
smell that. You know how the crowds are. We smell out the fakes, bro, and they don't like it.
I appreciate that, and I do. When I take a step back and look at Terror, we've done a lot of dumb things, but we've done a lot of really cool things, and we've worked really hard. But the thing I was thinking is,
I got to ask you about that though. Go ahead.
Maybe part of the reason there's only 7 is because it takes a special type of psychopath to do this for 20 plus years. It's not easy. It is not easy mentally, physically, every way. So maybe a lot of the people could have done it, but they just said, why would anyone fucking do this for so long?
True. I say that just with friends of mine, like when we're at a show, and it's like, my first show was like when I discovered hardcore was like 1989. I'm like, I'm 49 years old and we're still doing this. Like, you gotta, like, there's something wrong with all of us. And none of us are in bands like you, but there's something fucking wrong, dude. I don't know what it is. It's fun. It's hurting nobody, but something's fucking gotta be somewhere. Something's up. So now I had to jot it down before I forget because I'm fucking schizo. But you said we did a lot of dumb things. What dumb things did you do? Or what do you consider dumb that Terror's done?
Too much drinking.
Well, yeah, I did too. I mean, I'm fucking sober for over a decade, but me too.
Inner band fighting.
The territory, though, no?
I mean,
come on, you're smelling this guy's farts and feet all day long on the road. You want to kill each other attitudes.
I would, for the last like 7 years, we're so much different and calm now. But there was a chunk in the middle where it was just crazy stuff you can't talk about on podcasts.
Of course not. I get that.
Too much partying, too much inner, when it's that crazy, it's gonna people are gonna butt heads and stuff, but it's now it's like people doing yoga, people running, people be eating hell. It's just it's a totally different world now.
Yeah, you dropped like a super amount of weight and stuff. You quit drinking too, right?
Yeah, I mean, I drank a lot for a long time, and I really stopped. I just want to preface this because I'll still have a beer here and there,
Right.
but I haven't been drunk like I used to be in years, which is amazing. Like I can't say enough. And anyone that's listening that really parties, I get that. I had some of the funnest times of my life like that, and I'm not judging anyone, but
Same.
being like really sober for the last couple of years on tour, it's totally different, but it's I enjoy it so much more, that just so much more, in so many ways. Yeah. But yeah, that started me. I got this app called Noom, Noom. It's like a weight loss app.
Okay.
And I just started using that, and it just kind of you got to listen to these like little stupid lessons on it's just a calorie counting thing. Okay. So I just kind of got on this thing where I just started actually paying attention to how many calories I ate a day. And then because of that like snowballed me starting to go to the gym. And, I think when I started, I was like at 205 pounds. Okay. And I think I wanted to get down to 180. And then when I got there after like 8 months, then I tried for 170. And right now, like I weigh myself all the time now. It's like almost a kind of obsessive. I take a scale on tour anywhere I go. It's kind of weird. But now I'm down.
Whatever works, bro. Listen, I don't think it's weird. I do a lot of weird shit.
Now I'm down to 165, which means I lost like 40 pounds. Sometimes I think like I'm always constantly like wanting to eat. So sometimes I'm like, maybe go back up to 170, like be a little happier. But it's kind of like this mental insanity now. I don't want to do it. But
did that start after you stopped drinking, or like for the most part?
Yeah, I think that when I stopped drinking, I lost a little bit of weight.
Right.
I mean, it's such a vicious cycle. On tour, I would get drunk, drink most of a bottle of vodka, and then that leads to ordering a pizza.
Yeah.
It shows up at 1:00 off Uber Eats. You eat the whole thing. Yeah. You fall asleep. You wake up hungover. You don't do it. You don't walk. You don't do anything. No. You think, okay, I need some more food to soak up the vodka.
Sludge.
Yeah, it's just
the night before, sure.
And then you got to go on stage in an hour, and you can't stand up, so you drink more because then that wakes you up, and it's just like this
dog, bro.
this vicious cycle.
Yeah, for years, bro. Yeah, I don't drink at all because I know me. Like I just have this stupid little fucking vape thing. That's all I got left, bro. That's all I got left is this stupid fucking thing. That and I drink a shit ton of coffee. But yeah, like September 5th was 10 years. Never in a million years would I ever think that I'd be 10 years sober. Never.
I wish I could smoke weed because I think that would help me in a different way. Because now being so sober, I'm like, whoa, like I'm kind of like social anxiety. But I take one hit of the weed now, and it's so fucking strong.
Yeah.
Like see, I need like
smoked in like 11 years, and the last few times I smoked, I'd rather fucking kill myself, bro. Like, when is it gonna end? I feel like I'm in a fucking cartoon. I get paranoid. I hate it. I feel like my heart's gonna.
Me too.
I'm done. I can't. But back in the day when I was like a teenager,
I need
all day, constantly smoking blunts after blunts and bong hits and everything else, and fine. Go to work, no problem. Smoke outside work, the whole thing. Now, no.
Yeah, I need to find a dirt weed dealer like the shit I used to get in high school because this stuff now is fucking intense.
Yeah. If I smell it, I'm like, Like there's guys that I work with, so they don't smoke at work, but like they'll have like it comes in fancy packages, different flavors. Like, why do you have fruity pebbles? It's no joke, fruity pebbles. I'm like, what? And I'll smell it. It's all purple and white. I'll smell it and I go, get that shit away from me. It gives me anxiety just feeling it. It's terrible, bro. I'm like a bitch when it comes to that stuff now. It's crazy. Because I know that if I smoked, my brain, something would click and I'd be like, I need to drink a beer because I need to calm down. Next thing you know, my life would be a shambles. It would be a shambles.
I take like one hit and I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack.
See, I don't
but
want
then
that.
I don't either. But then when it goes away after like 10 minutes, then I'm like, this is awesome. I need to find a way to skip the heart attack part.
Yeah, fuck all that. Have at it, man. Have it me. Fuck. Oh shit. But I just know it's my house. You know what's funny? Bring back House of Pain again. Do you know what Danny Boy did out in Tulsa?
Opening that
Outside his house museum.
Yeah, that's really cool. I'm not gonna, I've seen The Outsiders a few times. I'm not like a Outsiders super fan,
Right.
but yeah, I heard about that, and I think that's really cool.
Fucking crazy. If you guys happen to be passing through playing like Kane's Ballroom or some shit, you got to stop there because it's dope.
Is Rumblefish and Outsiders, are they like from the same director and stuff like that?
Yes, Francis Ford Coppola did both of them. Both were written by S.E. Hinton.
Okay, I think I might like Rumblefish better if that's not blasphemy.
No, it's not blasphemy at all. It's whatever you like, bro. Yeah, it's black and white, and it's a dope. A lot of the same people from The Outsiders are in it. You got a really young Nicolas Cage and Chris Penn and shit in it too. But it was also filmed in Tulsa. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Danny Boy, like he like landmarks like filming locations of that stuff in Tulsa because he lives out there now. He does crazy shit out there. So I don't know, the House of Pain thing popped in my head. If you ever find yourself out in Tulsa for some reason or passing through, because crazy amounts of bands will take, it's like a thing to do is you take a big picture on like the stoop on the porch of the Outsider's house.
So he bought the house that was actually in the movie and turned that into each of the rooms are like filled with clothes or shit from the movie and stuff.
Everything from the movie, yeah. He bought it like on a whim by accident. He was on tour with La Coca Nostra in 2009 after House of Pain. And make a long story short, there was a for sale sign. And like 3 years later or something like that, he found the woman who owned it, who was an elderly widow down in Florida, going back and forth like Hotmail email. And eventually wound up buying the house. And then he couldn't believe what he bought because it was in shambles. It was destroyed. And then everyone came together and like local contractors and everything. Next thing you know, it's like Ralph Macchio was there and Pony Boy is there.
Wow.
Yeah, everyone.
Wow.
And they all started donating and fucking they rebuilt it. And then he bought a house across the street, which he calls it the Greaser Hideout. And it's an Airbnb, so you can stay there. Like me and my daughter stayed there. My daughter's a huge fan because, the teen heartthrobs and shit that were in the movie. So it's cool. Like we're sitting in the outside, in the house right across the street, watching The Outsiders across the street from the house. You hear like the freight train go by. It's a cool thing, bro. Like if you're into that kind of stuff. But
I want to ask this question, but I don't know how to preface it that it doesn't really matter. Is it profitable? Like is he making money off that?
I think he's doing well.
Oh, awesome. That's amazing.
The schools and shit that are all in the area, it's all school trips and shit go there.
Wow.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he's doing awesome shit out there.
I mean, I'm sure there's people that's their favorite movie that travel there and stay at the Airbnb and
100%.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I went out there twice and stayed at the Airbnb and hung out with Danny and shit like that. Yeah, man. I try to get out of here as much as I can. New York City's a shithole, bro.
Does he live in Tulsa?
Yeah. Yeah,
nice.
He lives not in the Outsider's house. It's the Mayo Hotel, which is like half residential and half hotel.
That's kind of how where I live. It used to be a hotel, but they turned it all into loft apartments.
Gotcha.
And they still do. They have like a ballroom that they do weddings and shit in here. So
yeah, that's cool.
I've got to assume his favorite movie is The Outsiders.
Yeah.
Did he move to Tulsa just to start this place, or just he wanted to be in?
They were on tour, and I think like they all day long they had nothing to do, and I think the next day they were gonna play like Kane's Ballroom or a venue in Tulsa, And
This is House of Pain or La Coca Nostra?
This is like Coca Nostra. And Danny's like bored. And he's like, what the hell do they do around here? And then it popped in his head. And I think he gave like a cab driver like $50 and was like, can you bring me to the house that they filmed the movie The Outsiders? The guy was like, yeah, sure. And he went there and there was a for sale sign. He took a quick picture in front of the house and he put it up. I think it was either like the end of MySpace or the very beginning of Facebook. And people were like, holy shit. And then he went back the next year doing the same touring market, the same market. And it was still for sale. And I think the following year he caught wind of some company coming in and they were going to knock all these old houses down in North Tulsa. So he was like, yeah, fuck that. Like, I don't want to
save this place.
I don't want to come back here and this place is gone. So he went through the workings and somehow or another he got it and it changed his life. Like he could run for mayor and win in a landslide in Tulsa.
Everyone,
Bro, the mayor
awesome.
gave him the keys to the city. It's hilarious. He has like a Coca Nostra hat and a big giant rope chain on and the key to Tulsa. It's fucking hard, bro. Yeah, it's amazing. Yeah, he's one of my favorite people ever. Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, so we're off the rails. I don't know what the fuck I'm gonna say next. You know what I didn't notice? It's not a bad thing, bro. No, it's because I was looking because I created a new flyer and stuff like that, obviously. So I had to start creeping around like your Instagram and the Terra pages and all that stuff. And Danielle Dombrowski, the photographer who I had recently had on, she took a whole bunch of pictures of you at the Monarch. And I noticed that you've been wearing the Leeway Born to Expire shirt a lot. And I think that's on purpose. No?
I mean,
rest in peace, Eddie Leeway.
Yeah, that's like Born to Expire is definitely in my top 5 favorite hardcore records ever. I've got the tattoo. I got the cover tattooed on my back.
Do you really?
Which, yeah, it was my second tattoo ever.
That's crazy. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that it's so crazy because so many younger hardcore kids now like Desperate Measures more than Born to Expire, which Desperate Measures is great, but to me, Born to Expire is by far better. You know, I never really thought about it, but maybe subconsciously I'm wearing it more because obviously to honor Eddie and the band. And yeah, I mean, Eddie sang on a Terror track, So Close to Defeat, that I think it was on Always the Hard Way. Yeah, and that was this was like maybe 2007 maybe. And I must have got his phone number from someone, maybe email. I can't remember, but I didn't know him at all. I don't think I never had met him. And we were recording in Massachusetts at Zeus's Planet Z studio, who did a lot of records back then still. And me and Leeway was playing with Bad Brains 2 nights at CBGB's in a row. So it must have been the second show. Me and Nick, Terra's drummer, drove there, went to the show. Steve Buscemi was at the show at CBGB's at the bar.
Really?
I had to punish him a little bit. Like I didn't like
punish him about what? You abuse him about being Mr. Pink, not tipping?
No, just like I don't know if anyone knows the hip hop group Gangstar, but they have this skit where they say something about like don't punish, just say what's up and keep it moving. So I just went up to Steve Buscemi and I said, I don't want to bother you, but you are fucking awesome, and just left him alone.
Right.
But he was at the bar, like kind of hiding.
Yeah.
And then me and Nick drove after the show. We drove Eddie back to Massachusetts. It's probably like a 3-hour drive. He recorded the next day. Murphy's Law, or maybe the same night. I think it was the next day. Murphy's Law was playing up there. We went to the show, and then he took a bus. I think he went to Atlantic City to gamble. And you know, one time we played in Long Island. We did this song live. You know, I saw him here and there. Yeah, it's just Sucks.
Yeah,
That's what sucks about hardcore, man. You meet so many people all over the fucking world,
yeah.
and
Especially you, sure.
now I'm 51, and I know some people that are older, but everyone's.
Yeah. Leeway was the band that I always used to tell Eddie because I wound up becoming really good friends with Eddie over the years. And that was the band because I was into metal and all that kind of shit. You know what I mean? And then I went to L'Amour's to go see Suicidal Tendencies on the Lights Camera Revolution. And it was White Zombie, Leeway, Suicidal. And I had never I'd heard of Leeway, and I've seen their name all over the place. I just never heard a note, never seen them live. So I was there to go see Suicidal. And they came on, and I was like, here's this guy who looks like he weighs 112 pounds, and just fucking killed it. And I was like, what the fuck do we have here? And that was the night that turned me, it was like the perfect, like, I guess, crossover, whatever, that turned me into looking into hardcore. And like the next day I bought like Liberty and Justice and from fucking Agnostic Front and Born to Expire. And then I started studying my lessons from there. I always used to fucking tell you, you ruined my fucking life. You'd be like, sorry, Bob. I'm sorry, Bob. I'm sorry, B. I'm like, fuck, man. But yeah, it was very, very sad. And it was cool because I got to book them because I booked some shows at a small club here several years ago. I booked about 30 different shows at this place called Lucky 13 Saloon. And Leeway I actually booked Leeway. So I'm standing on the side of the stage, like kind of like a full circle moment for me. That was the band that turned me, you know what I mean? And now I booked Eddie, and then he passes away, and it was also bittersweet, but it was cool that I did like this whole big benefit show where Anthony from Killing Time played, and a whole bunch of bands played for free as a benefit for Eddie to give whatever to his family. So yeah, man. So sad loss. And I brought that up because of the Leeway shirt, and I know that he did a track with you guys. So I figured it was, relevant.
Yeah, definitely top 5 best hardcore records ever for me. There used to be a radio show when I first got into hardcore. So let's say 87, 88. Me and my brother, it's on the college radio station WBNY, really close to here. Right. And like I want to say every Sunday night, maybe Monday night at 10 o'clock would be the hardcore show for like 2 hours. So we would listen religiously. And before it would be a trivia show where people would call up and win prizes from the college or whatever.
Yeah.
And you would hear the questions, blah, 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 blah. And when the Leeway record came out till I think the end of the show when it was off the air, I could be wrong here. We're talking so long ago.
Yeah.
You would tell the show started. It would every time their like intro was the Leeway. So they would start every show with that into maybe Mark of the Squealer or whatever. So the first 5-7 minutes was Leeway every fucking show. So you would just hear that really quiet bass. And bass okay.
Yeah. Legendary, but one of the greatest intros ever.
Yeah. But yeah, maybe the greatest.
Argue. Yeah, 100%. It's like that, like beginning of We Gotta Know was pretty fucking good. Like there's a few that, all of a sudden like you're shaking your ass. I'm fucking 49 years old, and like I went to what was awesome because obviously I'm not telling you something you don't, like you tour the world and you see, does the crowd changed a little bit over the years and shit like that? I think it has, just from going to shows, but like I haven't felt a legitimate like mid-90s feel in a room until like a month ago, for years and years and years, until about a month ago when I went to the Lou Cola benefit show at Irving Plaza here in New York. Dude,
I saw videos. I'm sure it wasn't the same, but it looked cool. VOD,
Life of Agony, Killing Time, Municipal Waste, fuck, and someone else.
That's a cool venue too.
Crown of Thorns.
It's a cool venue because it's a bigger venue, but it feels kind of tight when you're in there. It's not like really
right.
It's not like huge.
Yeah, fucking what an incredible fucking show. And I just felt it. I was like, I feel like I'm in 1994 again. It was
Nice.
just a different thing, man.
I mean, VOD was playing. You were in 1994.
Ooh, so fucking good. Like that record for me is for me personally top 5. That first self-titled Green Drip record, God
Green
damn.
Drip. Yeah.
Green Drip record.
They man, and they really went places. They were like a band. They weren't a fucking hardcore band for a while. They were like a band.
Yeah, no joke. You guys played, but then you guys had to have played with them.
Buried Alive toured with them. Buried Alive did a tour that was us opening, Candirius, Scarhead, VOD, full US tour.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that had some shit going on.
I'm sure Scarhead's in the mix, I'm sure.
Yeah. They were in their prime, man. They were fucking ripping.
Yeah, man.
They were ripping.
I'm sure. Fucking, I can only imagine. I can only imagine. I was with Ezek not that long ago up in Albany. They had the Extreme Music Awards like last month.
You saw the second Smoke AD show?
I saw the second Smoke AD
nice.
show. Yeah,
nice.
Bam and Brick by Brick. Yeah, Hoya was there. Yeah, fucking what a great time. Crazy ass Mike Valenti, Brick by Brick. It's like, yo, you wanna because I had him on not too long. I know Mike for years. It's like, you want to come up and be a judge? I'm like, what do I do? Like, hold up cards? Like, what am I supposed to do? Like, I guess so, sure. And he's just like, he emailed me some stuff, and I submitted my shit, and he's like, no, that's it. Just come up for the weekend and hang out. I was like, all right. Fucking cool shit. Yeah, it was like the legend stuff. Like, Gary Holt was up there, and like all these people. It was like this crazy all-star jam.
What did you get if you won? Was it like a... It was a microphone or
no? It's like a trophy with a hand with the horns. It's awesome. It's so awesome, dude. Yeah, it was fucking great. I wasn't there last year, but this was the second one, and I can't wait till next year because that's fun, bro. Just a bunch of animals and just fun shit, just laughing the whole day. Good shit, man. Yeah, it's. I'll send you a picture of it. It's like it's a skull thing with horns. It's typical, you know. Fucking funny. Yeah. So what so how much of the new Terror record is done? Anything or no? I'm sure you write a little bit. You have like lyrics, your little
yeah. Well,
notes.
I'd say right now we have I'd say we have 6 songs that are in the oven that will definitely change. But
yeah.
And I'm sure the plan is to just do 10 songs. People's attention span is so low that like our last record, I think, was 10 songs and like 18 minutes.
Yeah.
So I'm sure it'll be something like that. Yeah, I think, but who knows? Maybe only 4 of those will end up on the record.
Right.
We're in that phase where it's go time, but still the beginning of go time.
Gotcha. You're just germinating shit, planting seeds.
I think like Terror is always going to be Terror, and we all know each other so much. Like the formula's there; it's not going to change that much. We're not going to do anything weird at this fucking point.
Yeah, what would be the point? People are like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, I'd be like, "What the fuck is this?"
Yeah, you put on a Terror record, you know it's a Terror record. They're all Terror records, but they're all different Terror records.
Yeah, I think
if that makes any fucking sense.
I think this one's going to be a little. The last one was so fast.
It was fast and hard, bro.
Yeah, I think we need to reel it back a little bit. This is what I keep saying. The last one was like lowest of the low. This next one's got to be like One with the Underdog with a little more groove and not so.
Right.
I'm sure it'll have some of that. Who knows?
Of course.
That's just what I'm thinking.
I don't think you know how to do anything else other than that. They're going to start fucking throwing Terror ballads out there.
We'll see. Keepers of the Faith, like the song Keepers of the Faith, that's very slow and very...
but you shake your ass to it. It's still hard, but it's still, you know.
We'll see. We'll see what we cook up.
Yeah, I'm sure. Are you sticking with Todd Jones or no?
Yeah, he's producing this again. The last one he did so much. Like people don't even like. There's songs on that last record that he wrote the music, the lyrics, the cadence. Like he would come into the studio and be like, "I got a song, I got the lyrics, I got the vocal patterns." We would demo it all out. I'd be like, "That's perfect," and I didn't have to do anything. Thank God, this is amazing.
Really? All right, fuck it, bring him on board. Fucking lighten the load, bro.
Like they're probably like the first 5 Terror records. I wouldn't even think to let anyone else write lyrics. Like this is my job. This is about me. Now I'm like, yo, I'll go to people and be like, hey, I'm writing about this. I know you kind of have feelings about this. Help me write this. Like I'll take, because there's only so much I can, like if we're on record 9 or 10, like my vocabulary is only so big. So I'm so open to outside input, please.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask this stupid fucking podcast question because I feel like I have to now. It's some stupid hacky question, but I think it's relevant. It's like,
give it to me.
I feel stupid even asking, but it's been too far now. I have to ask it. What is like you just said, 9th and 10th record, like, and obviously you're is it even right to say you're running out of ideas? Like to fucking what, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's your process like? Because I know there's kind of theme, there's like an roundabout theme basically to every record, I feel.
I wouldn't say I'm running out of ideas. I think that I'm mature enough and egoless enough to understand that outside input. I mean, there's been people that give me input and I say, no, thank you.
Sure.
Like that doesn't work for, I don't feel that. I'm not going to use that.
Right.
But outside input can only help. Like having a producer, like someone like Todd or like Chad from Newfound Glory that produced Keepers of the Faith.
Yeah.
Just bringing in outside ideas that I would never. When I did the World Be Free stuff, Sammy, the drummer from Youth Today and so many bands, he would, when I was doing vocals, he would suggest things in my head. I'd be like, dude, that's so stupid. But I would try it because I respect him so much.
Sure.
The next day listening back, I'm like, that's the coolest part of the song. Like my brain only thinks a certain way.
Yeah.
So getting different ideas, like I said before, when I was younger and had more ego and it was all about me.
Yeah.
Now I'm like, give me ideas. And if it's a good idea, we'll fucking use it. If it's not, I'm going to say, sorry that I can't use this because that's not me.
Right.
But just getting it, I could easily write all the songs, but they're just going to be my ideas. So getting outside ideas, bring them, please bring them. Yeah. Like I sent Nick yesterday, I sent him an idea for like the chorus, like the hooky part of the song. And he's like, that's awesome. I've got an idea though. So I'm waiting for him to send it back to me because there's been Terror songs that Nick writes, and I'm like, nah, I don't really. Everyone in Terror understands that when they give me music, if I don't feel it, I'm just like, I can't like give myself to it if I don't feel it. And I'll be like, nah, I don't feel that one. He'll send it back with like where he hears the vocals. And I'll be like, oh, now I get it. Because as writing the music, he can already hear the vocals. When he puts it to it, it puts a whole different spin on it. I'm like, okay, awesome. There's certain songs in Terror that I like tried to cut out, but with people bringing it back to me, showing me more of their thought process, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. There's also times they bring it back and I'm like, dude, I can't.
Are there any Terror songs that you were like forget this and tried to get rid of it that is basically any of the staples in the Terror set now?
This isn't what you're asking me, but the song Stick Tight, which is like probably our biggest song, end, Nick wrote that whole song, and the end, the big mosh, he wanted to get rid of it.
Hard.
Yeah, he thought it was too like generic. And I fought like, please, it's so perfect. So he wanted to write something maybe more technical and not so meathead. But I was like, please.
Meathead, but it's fucking good meathead.
Yeah, so thank God he gave in to my stupidity.
Oh, shit. See, my brain works stupid. You brought up Sammy. I mean, God, name a band that guy wasn't in. From Youth Today to Gorilla Biscuits, Judge, everything. I did a podcast with him. Jesus Christ, it must have been like 7 years ago. We were standing in a walk-in box in a basement in some restaurant in Manhattan.
What is a walk-in box? Like a walk-in,
like
where they have the cold. Okay, yeah, I used to work at a country club.
Standing in like that in a basement in some crazy restaurant bar in Manhattan because I hooked up with him and we met and we were like, yo, we need somewhere like kind of quiet. So like he went over to like, I don't know, like a manager or something. Like, yo, like, can we go downstairs for a little while? And they said I had like my little recorder, like standing, like freezing, and was standing up.
Yeah, you thought you were in Buffalo for a little while.
Yeah, 100%. But fucking funny. Sammy's a good dude, man. I'd like to have him back on here. But so yeah, fucking Pain into Power, 18 minutes, ridiculous. Fucking Todd Jones. And another one coming also with Todd Jones. Where are you going to record it? Same spot?
I think we're going to do it with Taylor Young from Twitching Tongues and a million other bands out there. He's got studio out in the LA area. Yeah. I mean, I know we're going to do it with him, but I just don't like to say things like that. Fuck, I don't know if I don't care, whatever. Yeah, we're going to do it with him.
This is all just, it's nothing set in stone.
Yeah.
There you go. You just.
We're talking to Taylor about doing with him. We'll see if it comes to light.
There you go. See, because things happen. You never know. Life takes turns. Whatever you want to say. Oh, shit. Fuck. So what are you going to do with your time over the next several months? Like you must be enjoying this shit, though, bro. Because
I love being home. I mean, honestly, there was a point where I really hated touring, but now that I'm like not hungover all the time and doing stupid shit, I kind of like it at this point. But
you're on the road, what, 250 days a year?
Dude, last year we played a lot of fucking shows last year, a lot. So hopefully this year, I'm thinking like the first 3 or 4 months of this year, we've got 2 shows. That's crazy for us. We got the Obituary tour, then we're going to Europe in June. I'm not sure after that. But since we won't have a new record, I don't think the new record, because we're thinking of doing the recording the music and really taking some time with me with it, not rushing the vocals to try to really take time to make the lyrics and the way I put it to the music more. So on those 2 tours, I just talk about, I'm going to sit with the finished music and probably record the vocals in July. So it's not going to be out till like this time next year. So maybe 2025, is that what year it is? Will be kind of a less intense year. But I mean, when you get asked to go on tour with Obituary, you can't say no. Like,
fucking incredible.
That's fucking, it's going to be insane. So
yeah, I heard nothing but I mean, I don't know those guys personally, but I heard nothing but good shit. Like the utmost gentlemen, nicest guys, fucking, plus a ridiculously killer band. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and we had nothing to do with it, but they put a stacked lineup together. That thing is stacked, so it should be really cool.
Ridiculous, and I'm not familiar with Pest Control, but I listen to like Sirius. I listen to like Liquid Metal and all that shit on Sirius whenever I'm driving. I do a lot of driving, and that band Spirit World seems like they have like this giant buzz going on.
Yeah, they're really cool. They're singers. This guy Stu, that's actually from Idaho, who booked when Buried Alive and Death Threat toured. He booked a show for us there, and now he lives in Las Vegas. And he used to book shows in a junkyard. Terror played in like outside. Did our merch on the hood of like a broken down car, and he did. Dope. Yeah, so he's a kid I've known forever, and they kind of got this like, they got a name like Death Country, or it's like, I don't know. 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 It's like, I don't
Okay.
kind of like country, but metal, but they're really cool. He loves college basketball too. He's a really cool kid. So we've played a festival or two with them in Europe, but never toured with them. So that should be cool.
Okay. So are you pissed off or upset about the Bills? Are you a Buffalo Bills fan?
Yeah.
I'm a miserable Jets fan, so I ain't got shit to say.
Oh yeah, it's tough. But I mean,
I'm
being
a Yankee fan though, so at least I'm not, suicidal all year.
being a Bills fan is tough. It's always been tough.
Yeah.
That they had a great year. I mean, of course, losing to Kansas City again is just like getting fucking elbowed in the fucking face. But
Yeah, man. Yeah, I was pulling for them. I was pulling for the Lions at first.
Me too. Me too. I love the
I
Lions.
I always liked the Lions. I was Barry Sanders, the whole shit. But then once they got beat, then I'm like, all right. Even though I'm a Jets fan, I got to root for the Bills because I can't stomach the Chiefs at this point.
Yeah.
So now I got to root for the Eagles, and I'm not an Eagles fan.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Brutal.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they had a great year. They just didn't play good. They just got outplayed. They lost. They should have lost. And watching Kansas City win is just
again
crushing.
Yeah, I just hope they lose so they don't get the three-peat bullshit.
Yeah, God, it's fucking annoying. They're fucking annoying.
It's so annoying, dude. So annoying. Oh shit, man. Wow. So, before I forget, I have to give a shout out to my sponsor, which is Generation Records, located at 210 Thompson Street here in the West Village of New York City. Follow them on Instagram at Generation Records. What's yours? Yours, I am finally on Instagram. But you're not really on there too much, are you? A little bit.
I mean, I'm on there. I'm on there looking at like wasting time. I just don't post that much. I don't have that much cool shit going on to post about. And you can only post so many pictures of me screaming.
Yeah. That's for that Terra Hardcore on Instagram and all that shit. You know? And since I mentioned before, like the Blast Furnace one was hacked, but I wrote a book. And
nice.
Yeah, I'm finished with it. It's in the editing. Like my editor has the whole thing and this whole thing. So because I killed this podcast for 2 years. 2 years I killed it. And then I brought it back. That was just like, I miss bullshitting with people, whatever. I don't make money off of it or anything like that. I just bullshit with people I respect and shit that, people I like what they do. But I was like, I'm not gonna make another Blast Furnace one because then I'm gonna have to answer questions. Not this one, that one. I don't want to go, that one's hacked. No, follow this one. I don't have time for that shit. So the name of the book is Relatively Unscathed. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make that as the book. And then I brought the podcast back. So now it's like a combination book/podcast one. So Instagram at Relatively Unscathed is where you find all the Blast Furnace shit. And on Facebook, all the nonsense. There's all my
keeping yourself busy.
I'm always busy, whether it's fucking always busy. Like I'm never bored. People are like, oh, I'm bored. It's like, how? Like, can't you figure out? It's like, what? Like I do a lot of shit. Like I have a good job, like I pay my own way. I'm good, but everything else besides after work, I don't need a payday at the end of it. I do shit that I just enjoy.
Yeah, that's nice.
It's like people just like what a lot of people like. Oh, you do a podcast? Oh, do you make money off of it? I'm like, no. They're like, well, why not? I'm like, well, if eventually something happens, then fine. But I don't go into certain things that I enjoy doing with dollar signs in my mind. Like I just don't.
Yeah, that'll kill it right there.
Right.
That'll kill the fun. That'll kill the joy too.
Right. It turns into another job. It's like years ago, it was 2 episodes of this podcast, episodes 49 and 51. I was just talking into my phone and I told my whole fucking life story. Everything. Warts, everything. Fucking good, bad, ugly, embarrassing, fucking everything. I didn't even give a shit. Everything. I puked everything. And then I did a part 2 because people were like, yo, that shit's crazy. I want to know more and more about this. And they were like, yo, it should be a book. I'm like, a book. Like, I used to have my sister, like, do my book reports in school. Like, I'm not writing a book. You know what I mean? You hear the way I talk? You think I'm going to write a book? Like a fucking half an idiot. But like a year and a half ago, I woke up and just out of nowhere, it was just a weird thing. I was like, I think I'm going to write a book. And I wrote it. 753 pages in 13 months. Crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, bro. So yeah, it's big, but it's
I'm
not
not-
gonna be that. It's not fucking War and Peace. You know what I mean? It's not gonna be that big. But yeah, it's being edited. So I mean, I do that shit. I go on crazy road trips doing like this film location shit and true crime shit. I'm walking around cemeteries, visiting mobsters' graves and shit like that. I do all kinds of crazy shit. I'm never bored. Never fucking. You know, road trips. Yeah, fuck it. Like on my birthday, I went down solo, flew down one way down to New Orleans. I was never there. Rented a car, drove around New Orleans, wound up going up through Mississippi, Alabama. I flew out of fucking Atlanta, Georgia in 4 days. Why not? Blast music, go down the fucking highway, peace of mind, quiet, nice.
If there's one thing we know for sure, with shit doesn't last forever, so you might as well rip it up while you can.
Goddamn right, man. It's like we were saying before, time waits for fucking nobody, and time is crazy. And I'm 49. I'm like, you know what, man? I want to see and do shit. So whatever it is, it is. With no payday. I pay money to do these things. Fuck it. I don't care.
I'm kind of the opposite of you. My job has me going so many places that when I get home, I always stay busy during the day, but like after like dinner time,
yeah,
I'm so happy to be bored, like just sit by myself.
Yeah, completely different animal we're talking about. I
love it. Yeah,
I'll
just do nothing.
Yeah, you're 100 miles an hour going around the fucking world with fucking thousands of people, insanity constantly. So I get, all right, I would like fucking peace and quiet.
Decompress. Yeah, I'm good with it. I think some people probably would be weirded out by this. I'll go to the movies by myself. I'll go out to eat by myself because I'm just so used to being with a group of people that it's like, oh, I can just be, I'll even go to like Sabres games by myself. Okay. And they're the worst team in hockey. Maybe the third. But I'll go by myself. Yeah. Once it's 3-0 in the second period, I just get up and leave. I don't have to ask. Yeah. Like if I'm with people, that's rude. If I'm by myself, I'm out of here later.
Yep, that's how I am, dude. I come and go as I please. Are you okay with this? You want to go here? Blah, blah, blah. Go on road trips. I don't have to, I got to pee every 3 minutes or are we there yet? None of that shit, bro. It's like, go. Yeah, because it's opposite. You're all over the world. I'm in one building at work all day long. So I need to get the fuck out.
When you got time, it's fucking go time.
I'm out. Yeah, 100%. Done. Yeah, so never bored, always busy. Have fun. Living sober, which I never would have been able to do the shit that I do if I was still drinking and being an animal.
That's another good thing. I used to have to leave my car places, go back and get it the next day. Now
forget where you left your car.
Ask people for rides and shit. Now
you're like a burden on people. I don't want to be a burden on nobody. Like nobody. When I die, just get rid of me the cheapest way possible. I don't want to be a burden. Whatever it is. I don't give a shit. Yeah. Fucking shit. So you have anything else? When are you gonna play? You gonna play any more shows with like fucking Buried Alive or anything like that? You think?
Buried Alive has one show coming up in Seattle. We're playing a festival in Seattle in March, early March.
Okay. I didn't know about that. Very cool.
Yeah, it's everyone in the band besides me has a family, kids. I'm trying to see if everyone has kids. They all have kids. They all have jobs. Yeah. So we don't get asked to play all the time, but we get asked to play here and there. And a lot of times we have to say no. Right. This one just landed where we can do it. So, what's it called? It's called Just Another Gig. I think that's the festival. Terror played it last year. It's in actually Tacoma. I think I said Seattle. Yeah. It's like Ringworm's playing, No Warning's playing, The Warriors are playing, nice. Buried Alive, a bunch of younger bands. Yeah. I'm sure I'm forgetting, but yeah, should be cool. I think Mind Force, I think's playing, maybe.
Dope band.
I think they're great.
Dope band. Dope. I hear a lot of Leeway in them.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
First time I saw them was like by accident. I saw them at like this is hardcore several years back. I'm like, I bet fucking definite Leeway influences in there.
Jay, the singer's told me he loves the Eddie on the Marauder, that recording, the Eddie and Marauder
the
thing.
Marauder demos with Eddie.
Yeah,
Okay.
he loves that.
Really? That's a lot. That's slept on. Like a lot of people don't realize that there was that little weird period of.
It's amazing. It's like it's such a mind fuck because you're so used to hearing it one way, and it's different lyrics, different word placement, and you're just like, obviously, like Eddie singing over Marauder is gonna be fucking amazing. Sure. But it's like, what am I listening to?
At first, it's weird. It's weird. Yeah. It's like you have Minus on the first demos, which is fucking like that Life is Pain demo. Like I wore that shit out, man. Like that whole Minus era, and then you have Jorge, but then you throw in that it's three completely different animals. Those three singers are completely different.
You know what's crazy too? Those recent Leeway songs. Like, I think it was 2 songs.
Yeah, the Leeway NYC stuff, yeah.
Dude, his voice is so good.
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
Still fucking good, dude.
Yeah, amazing.
Even the Truth and Right stuff. Did you listen to the Right shit?
Yeah,
fucking
so good.
Karate and shit, bro. Like, fucking awesome.
So good.
So fucking good, man. What a shame. What a fucking shame. So you have anything else to promote besides that you don't want to be bothered by anybody asking you to do podcasts, taking up your time?
I never said that.
I know you didn't. I completely. By the way, I completely made that up. Just breaking balls.
No, I mean,
good.
Everything's good. Hardcore's good. I'm good.
Yeah.
Podcasts good. They keep me. You know, I don't even listen to much music anymore. I'm just listening to podcasts.
Same here.
Yeah, I think the Terror record will be a year, so it's too early to start pushing that on fucking people.
Right. Any working titles and shit? No, of course not. Good shit, man. Well, fuck. I appreciate your fucking time, man. And this was easy. I was like, I think I asked you at the Brooklyn Monarch, like, yo, just send me an email. It's the easiest way to get in touch. All right.
Yep, I think we're going to Europe right after that. I think so.
Yeah, you said like at the beginning of the year. That
I knew this would be the time where I'm free.
Yeah, that's what you said, and that's what you did, my man.
Thanks for having me back,
dude. Of course, man. Of course, and I will definitely see you. I think you have a New York date and a Philly date for the Obituary tour.
Oh, nice. I saw the New York one. It's in Queens or something.
Yeah.
It's it's a city with an M, but I looked on the map and it's in Queens. No, like somewhere in New York City with an M, or maybe that's the venue. I don't fucking know.
The Mets? Not the Meadows.
Oh.
That's too small for you guys in Obituary.
I don't know.
Monarch.
Nah, I can't remember.
Well, you do have.
And I don't have my phone on me.
You guys are playing Reverb in Pennsylvania, Reading, PA.
Right, yeah.
That's May 25th. Hold on, I'll tell you.
It's the last show of the tour. You'll know what it is when you see it. It's something with an M.
I got to look right now. Everybody, please hold, kids. Ready? You're playing the fucking Palladium. What a great spot. I saw the Worcester Palladium. I was only there once, and I saw Bane's final show.
Oh, Terror was supposed to play that. Yeah.
You hurt your neck or something. Yes, you was and Saves the Day filled in.
Nice. Reach the Sky played too, right?
What happened?
Reach the Sky, I think played.
Reach the Sky played. The Promise played with Bucky on bass.
Yeah, that's a bummer.
Yeah, but I remember that I was pissed, but then I found out that your neck was. I can't be mad at the guy because I was like, "Oh, Terror, that's a sick fucking show."
Falling apart.
Yeah,
was falling apart.
Maspeth.
Is that in New York City?
That's Long Island.
Oh, okay, that's what it is.
I think Maspeth, or was it Queens?
I looked on the map and I thought it was Queens, but
it's probably Queens. Maspeth, Queens. What am I thinking? M in Long Island. Something. I feel like an idiot because I'm the New Yorker over here, the city guy. Idiot. Yeah, I'll probably see you both of them. I'll probably see you both shows. You're local.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me back.
Of course, 100%. And I will see you sooner rather than later, man. Be safe. Enjoy your fucking time off, dude, and get some rest.
I'm gonna take a shower and go lay in bed.
Yo, I don't fucking blame you. I'm gonna do the same.
Have a good one. Good night.
My man. Later.